Bruce Lee appeared in only 5 feature films, yet changed cinema forever. Today, we'll uncover the hidden layers of Bruce Lee's movies, why they weren't just martial arts flicks, but cultural earthquakes, and the surprising secret behind his shortest film scene. If you could step into one Bruce Lee fight scene, which would you choose? And why? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's see which scene gets the most love. The Big Boss. How could a single low-budget movie filmed in Thailand spark a cultural earthquake? The Big Boss wasn't supposed to be revolutionary. Bruce Lee wasn't even the original lead. But once he stepped onto the screen, audiences were stunned by his raw intensity, his lightning speed, his piercing screams, his complete command of space. The result? Hong Kong theaters overflowed. Fans queued around city blocks, some watching the film multiple times in a single week. It smashed every box office record in the region. Suddenly, Bruce wasn't just a new actor. He was a symbol, a Chinese hero who refused to back down. The lesson is simple. Don't underestimate the first shot you fire. Even a modest start can rewrite the rules of an industry. Small start, massive ripple. Fist of Fury. Bruce's second film wasn't only about martial arts, it was about defiance. In Fist of Fury, his character walks into a dojo where "No dogs or Chinese allowed" signs hang. That one scene became a thunderbolt for audiences living under colonial pressure. His punches weren't just choreographed, they were political. The film connected across Asia, Africa, and beyond. People who had been silenced saw themselves in Bruce's resistance. He showed that cinema could fight battles that politics alone could not. But here's what matters for us. Storytelling isn't neutral. Every project carries values, whether you intend it or not. Choose what you stand for before you put your work into the world. Protest and pride fused. Way of the Dragon. Picture this. Bruce Lee, barefoot in the Roman Colosseum, facing Chuck Norris. It wasn't just a fight scene, it was a cultural collision staged in one of history's greatest arenas. What most people forget is that Bruce didn't just star. He wrote, directed, and choreographed the entire film. This was Bruce taking control of his own story. The showdown remains legendary not only because of its bone-cracking sound design or Norris's chest hair pull, but because it symbolized the East standing equal with the West. For the first time, martial arts was more than exotic spectacle. It was artistry, philosophy, and pride. The message? Don't just act in someone else's script. Write your own, even if it's risky. Control equals power. Enter the Dragon. Now imagine you're sitting in an American theater in 1973. For many, Enter the Dragon was the very first time they ever saw a Chinese hero leading a Hollywood movie. The story wasn't groundbreaking, but the moment was. A Hong Kong-Hollywood collaboration, it was Bruce's ticket to global recognition. Here's the twist. Die-hard fans often admit the choreography wasn't his sharpest. But that didn't matter. What mattered was reach. The film made over $350 million in today's dollars, inspiring generations of action stars, from Jackie Chan to Keanu Reeves. Sometimes the perfect execution isn't the priority, visibility is. Get into the arena, even if the spotlight shows your imperfections. Spotlight beats shadows. Game of Death. Here's a paradox. Sometimes unfinished work speaks louder than polished perfection. Game of Death was meant to be Bruce's boldest project, climbing a pagoda and facing fighters at every level, each battle symbolizing a new stage of personal growth. Tragically, Bruce passed before filming was complete. Only 11 minutes from the original footage was used for the final cut. And yet, those fragments, the yellow jumpsuit, the nunchaku duel became eternal. They've been quoted by directors from Quentin Tarantino to video game creators across decades. The lesson is powerful. Even incomplete ideas can ripple through culture, shaping futures you'll never see. Don't wait for perfect conditions to share your vision. Even a fragment may inspire millions. Legacy outlives life. From the raw impact of The Big Boss to the cultural fusion of Way of the Dragon and the worldwide explosion of Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's films weren't just entertainment. They were declarations about identity, creativity, and the power of cinema to transform. His short filmography became a blueprint for action stars and storytellers alike. And if you thought his movies were influential, wait until you see how his personal philosophy shaped today's martial artists and modern MMA fighters. That's a story worth sticking around for. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next deep dive.